if you have a deep Skip, let that sink in for just a second, Skip. You tell me that they're averaging giving up 435. They're averaging giving up 344. In that offense, take out the last drive. Skip that little Hail Mary. Take that out. That's 75 yards.
Okay, that was 33-yard Hail Mary at the end to Richard Rodgers, who once made Aaron Rodgers look really good on a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Okay, so that padded his stats to get him over 200 yards passing.
Thank you. So let that sink in. Up until that point, they're under 200 yards against arguably the worst pass defense in NFL history, and on pace to be the third worst defense as far as yardage given up in NFL history. And all you could get was 215, and it took a 33-yard Hail Mary to get you that. Skip, that don't tell you nothing.
Well, it tells me he should be benched.
Skip, what about Skip? Hold on. Carson Wentz is on pace to be sacked the third most in NFL history. He gets sacked 4.2 times a game. And you talk about
6 times last night.
Yeah,
6 more times he's running away with the sack lead, and that has. I'll give you 50-50. I'll put 50% on the decimated offensive line, and I'll put 50% on Carson Wentz because he just stands back there and goes blind.
Skip.
I'm looking,
Skip.
and remember, he got used to trying to throw home runs to Deshaun or Aguilar or whoever it was in the good old days, right?
Skip. Who is he supposed to throw the ball to? But you know what? This is what I love about you. So you saying Brady played great. What if I told the people at home that Brady had a 60 QBR and Carson Wentz had a 57 last night?
Okay, so what's your point?
So how great was Brady if he only had three points better than Carson Wentz, and you said the man trash? So what would with that offensive line? What would Tom Brady look like with those receivers and that offensive line?
He would not be getting sacked 6 times a game because he'd get rid of the football. He doesn't take sacks.
Yeah, exactly. But Skip, getting rid of the football, Carson Wentz could throw it away, but I thought the objective was to complete the pass. I thought the objective for the receivers were to get open. Skip, Jim, can we pull that clip? I want to show him the clip. He gets sacked, Skip, this is basically, I think, like a 3-step drop. Look at this. Now, this is a 5-step drop here. And I want you, we're gonna show you the end zone copy. And I want you to tell me, where does Carson Wentz supposed to throw this ball? Freeze it. Where is he supposed to throw the ball? Tell me who he's supposed to throw the ball to, Skip. Go ahead. I ain't gonna say no more.
I like this lower receiver here. He's got 5 yards of separation. How do you?
Where?
I think it's wide open right here at the bottom of the picture.
Skip, if he throws that ball, that's going to go to the house.
It is not.
Skip, you see the DB? Skip,
look left. Look left. You got 5 yards of separation.
Lord
hit him. Come up and stand up and hit him. You got to go 1, 2, 3, go. It's called the West Coast offense. Read. He is blind. He stands back there like Lil Abner. I can't find anybody. And he's lost all faith in himself. The team has lost all faith in him. I promise. What did Jalen Hurts do in his one throw? Just a real quick 6-yard out to Alshon, who dropped his first one because he has no faith in Carson Wentz anymore. Boom. So I'm happy. And I get what's happening here. Let's look at the bigger picture. Why will the Eagles wake up this morning and say, God, I guess we got to go with them again? Because they're only a game out of first place in the NFC East. My Dallas Cowboys wake up this morning and say, wait a second, we still have a great shot of winning this division because what just happened? Daniel Jones just pulled his hamstring. They said it's a strain, but he's going to miss a couple of games.
Exactly.
Okay?
Even if the Eagles had won, the Cowboys were still in it. This division is terrible. Nothing would have changed had the Eagles won this game. Only thing would have changed is that we probably wouldn't have lead by asking should Carson Wentz still have his job. That was the only thing that's changed in this division. This division is terrible.
So if we look at remaining schedules based on one-loss records, what do we see? Dallas plays the 4th easiest remaining schedule based on just one-loss records. And then we look at the Giants. You picked the Giants at the end of last week to be in the driver's seat right now, and they are because they have the tiebreaker over the Washington Redskins. So they are technically in first place because they beat Washington twice. They have now the 4th hardest schedule remaining. The Giants do with Colt McCoy at quarterback for 2 more games. Good luck with that. And the 20th, quote-unquote, easiest schedule belongs to the Eagles, and the 23rd easiest schedule, or close to hardest, is the Washington football team. Okay? So all of a sudden, it would look like, wait a second, maybe Dallas has a really good shot. I hate it because I'm torn between, do I want a high draft pick or do I want a home playoff game?
Skip,
right?
You do realize that people are looking at their schedule and seeing Dallas on it and saying, you know what, that's a win for us. While you're looking at the schedule and looking at who they're playing and saying, oh, that's easy. What do you think they're doing looking at the Cowboys?
Okay, good luck with that. I agree.
What you mean good luck, Skip?
Okay, but
y'all won 3 games.
Look what the Cowboys have left. They get the pathetic Eagles. You say they're a bad football team. They get them at Jerry World, right?
Skip, y'all pathetic.
Okay, well, are we?
What am I missing?
Are we pathetic?
Yes, you won 3 games.
We came back and had we were down, it should have been 20-all going to the fourth quarter against Washington. And we ran the dumbest fake punt in the history of fake punts. Down 20-16 early in the fourth quarter.
You lost the game.
Okay.
You won 3 games.
You know what? We've played pretty well for the last 4 games, actually.
And how many of those games have you won?
And by the way, we lost Zach Martin and Cam Irving in the first drive. We lost them for the rest of the year.
But hold on. This man is playing without 3 starters in his offensive line, and you say he's deer in headlight. Now you're talking about Zach Martin.
Does he have a center? He's got one of the best centers in pro football.
Oh, my goodness.
Am I right?
Did you see him snap the ball 15 yards over his head?
I saw Wentz butterfinger. Well, I did.
Come on, Skip.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Hey,
Skip, now you saw that.
You got to give it up on Carson. Are you ready to say I was wrong?
Let me ask you a question.
Are you ready to say I'm wrong?
I want to ask you this.
I just asked you a question.
No.
You're going to answer with the question because you don't have an answer.
No, because I want you to tell me what has Dak Prescott done that Carson Wentz hasn't.
I'm glad you brought up Dak Prescott because what he's done is he actually won a playoff game against Russell Wilson.
Wow.
He won a playoff game.
Wow.
Here's the biggest problem with Carson Wentz right now for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I hurt for him. I hate the Eagles. Do you realize that Carson Wentz has played a moment of one playoff game? He lasted like a minute.
Yeah.
And in that minute, he completed 1 pass for 4 yards. That's all he's got to his resume for the whole playoffs. What are we into now? We're up to the 5th year?
Yes.
And that's all he's got. And trust me, Jerry Jones is sitting back today, stroking his chin, saying, you know what? I'm looking at that guy in Philadelphia, and I'm looking at that guy in Los Angeles that you said, they gave them the money because they deserve their money. You got to pay Jared Goff. You got to pay Carson Wentz.
You gonna pay that?
So they just paid both of them. And what? I mean, they've already paid both of them. And what is it? What do they got to show for it? We got Sean McVay going Doug Peterson in L.A. right now saying, I don't think I was going to pull him, but maybe I was thinking, but then I didn't think about it. He was wishy-washy at best. He was evasive. He thought about pulling, obviously, Jared Goff at Miami when he turned it over 4 times in the first half, and against San Francisco when they blew their 4th straight game to the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, help me understand this, because the way you talk about Dak Prescott is that if you're talking about Prescott is Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson, and Carson Wentz is Mitchell Trubisky.
No, he's just way better than Carson Wentz, and I told you that from the start. He's way better.
Where are your Super Bowls?
Way better.
Where are your NFC Championship games?
My guy's actually played in 3 playoff games and
how
played
many has
really
he
well.
won?
Played really well.
How many has he
He's
won?
won 1 out of 3.
Then.
And how many has Carson Wentz played
He's
in?
0 for 1.
Oh,
so
he's not even 0 for 1. He's just 0 for none. He lasted 30 seconds and threw 1 pass.
But the loss is on his resume because he started. So this notion that Dak Prescott is having a Mahomes or Deshaun Watson type career.
Well, I've told you that all along. He's not in their category.
So what you hyping him for?
I'm not hyping him. I'm just saying I'm glad I got him. I'm glad I've got Andy Dalton. I'm glad I got Garrett Gilbert. Your guy is a disaster.
Okay, you got
to say, I give up. You give it to him when you got to give it up.
You got them, and you're won 3 games. You had Dak last year, and you missed the playoffs. Carson Wentz won the division. So what did that say about your guy?
What it said about Carson Wentz last year was he got to beat the Giants twice.
In the same division.
Washington once, and what was left of my Cowboys at home, those were his 4 wins.
Skip.
Oh, he saved the day.
Skip, let me ask you a question.
Against trash.
Skip, let me ask you a question. Did the Dallas Cowboys play the Giants?
Sure.
Okay, did y'all play Washington?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the big deal? If Philadelphia, that's the same division, the NFC East. Carson Wentz beat the teams that you guys played.
Shannon.
So why is it so bad that he beat them and y'all guys did?
You hitched your bandwagon to the wrong guy.
All
He's
I'm
a
saying,
disaster.
Skip, but you talking about like Dak Prescott is about to go win 5 Super Bowls.
No, I didn't say that. I've never said that. I said Jerry should not have paid him $40 million. I said it from the start.
Okay, so what's he gonna do now? He's going to end up paying $39 million to keep him.
Yeah, he will.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Difference between 34 and 39 versus 42, 42, 42.
Skip. And guess what? In 2 years, he would have paid Dak $70 million against your cap.
No, well, we'll see what happens next year, and then he'll just say Fisher cut bait.
Okay, then.
Yep.
So,
he needs results.
But guess what? Even if you cut bait, Dak is going to be 27 years old and to be able to hit the market free. Do you believe he gets less or more than 32 million?
Who's in worse salary cap situation right now, Dallas or Philadelphia? You guys, you plunged on a guy you should